Could have picked any current player right now to play with for an entire season, who would you have picked?
Probably Kobe, because
Really?
the fact that he's, well, of course he wouldn't have been shooting as much as he does now.
Yeah, you would have had
but
to talk with him.
His desire to win, his dedication in the offseason to get better, and he's just tough. He's just a tough cat. But if you want to have fun like I did with Bill Walton, you play with LeBron.
Really?
Talking about.
It's ridiculous.
My top five is MJ, Kobe, easy Kobe.
Easy, number 2 ever.
To show it, but yeah, LeBron, for the better part of 14 straight years now, has been the best player in the league, and
Needed one take.
Who's the best player in the NBA?
Kobe Bryant.
Better than you?
I would have to say right now.
Bleacher Report is just another company. You know, another sports media company thinking their opinions really mean anything. They truly don't mean anything, but it doesn't mean I won't torch them and poke holes all through their theories, and I'm definitely going to do that, so you don't want to miss what I got to say. I've been fired up to make this video, man. I got a lot to say, but let's get into the video.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you believe they told me that I would never make it? Now we smiling in their faces, smiling in their faces.
Now, cool, you don't have Kobe in your top 2. You don't have Kobe in your top 3. You don't have Kobe in your top 5. I disagree with you because I think he is a top 3, top 2 NBA player. However, that's your opinion. But to tell me and look me dead in the eye and say he's not top 10 and you put Steph Curry over him, that is the most blasphemous, idiotic thing I can ever think of. Now, are we really going to sit there and say Steph Curry is a better basketball player than Kobe?
What?
Steph Curry gets put in pick and roll and gets torched all the time.
Steph wasn't trying to match up with Kyle.
Yeah, man, that was a tough series, man. That's the other biggest regret I have in my basketball career was switching that pick and roll with Steph.
Oh, we took it as like, oh, you scared of dude? And once we knew that, you finna have to guard Kyrie. So
they kind of target the guy. You don't do that with Kobe. You don't target an all-time, 12-time All-NBA defender like that. But let's get into the video because I got a lot to say. It's not about basketball. This is politics. This is politics. This is not basketball. So Kobe has more all-time points than Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Shaquille O'Neal, Wilt Chamberlain, Tim Duncan, Bill Russell, and Steph Curry. So why isn't he ranked higher? Now, I'm thinking from the perspective of the bozos at Bleacher Report, right? The dudes who probably didn't make any teams and probably couldn't even make an open layup if you gave them $1,000. Because that's the only reason, in my opinion, they have LeBron ranked number 2, right? At least that's how I justify it, right? So it is because of all-time points. That's just the way I'm going to think they thought about it. Because it's definitely, damn sure ain't no finals record, and damn sure ain't dominating, damn sure ain't skills, right? So that's what we can say, all right? Because in my opinion, when did LeBron ever dominate the league at any point? Like, just saying dominate the league. Not even when he played on a super stacked Miami Heat team did he dominate. Matter of fact, 2 players on the top 10 list have a winning record in the NBA Finals against LeBron. Steph Curry is 3-1 and Tim Duncan is 2-1 in the finals against LeBron James. Now, I'm not here to shit on LeBron. I just have Kobe at number 2. But I completely understand LeBron's longevity is impressive. It's just when I saw the man, I saw him lose 6 times in the finals in real time. Even when the guy had the best record in the NBA in 2009, he still couldn't get past Orlando Magic with Dwight Howard. Then we say this guy doesn't have enough help. He wasn't on a good team. The dude won more games than anybody in the league, right? So every single finals I saw LeBron play from 2007 to 2020. Those teams he played on besides the 2017 was stacked. I saw him score 8 points in the finals. I saw him get outscored by Jason Terry and outplayed by Jason Terry. And Jason Terry came off the bench, right? So we can all agree this one thing. Kobe was the closest thing to Jordan, right? So if that's the case, why the hell are we putting Kobe at 11 and Jordan at 1? If anything, there's players like Steph Curry, Dwayne Wade, Kevin Durant who are closer to LeBron than LeBron is closer to Jordan. And to me, that makes more sense. Now, not to crap on any players on the list, but as much as Tim Duncan was great, it's fair to say the era from 2000 to 2010 was his prime. And that time was the same prime from Kobe, right? So in that time frame, Tim Duncan won 3 championships, 2 finals MVPs, and Kobe has won 5 championships and 2 finals MVPs. So in the same era, Kobe was voted the player of the decade. And in the playoffs, Kobe had an 18-12 advantage, meaning he won 18 games and only lost 12 in the playoffs, including 4 series wins and 2 series losses to Tim Duncan and the Spurs. So he has the edge in the playoffs. Not to mention in the decade from 2000 to 2010, Kobe scored 23,000 points and Tim Duncan scored 17,000 points. The man beat him more times in the playoffs, won more playoff series, of course, against Tim Duncan, while playing with a less talented team with Powell and Odom, and still has the same amount of rings as Tim Duncan. I think Kobe should be ranked higher than Tim Duncan. I think Tim Duncan's a great player, and like I said, I'm not trying to crap on him, but if we're going to look at the list, let's really get into details. Now, even in Tim Duncan's twilight years, from 2013 to 2014, when he played in the finals in those years, he retired, I believe, in 2015, a year after he won a ring. So let me riddle me this. He won 5 titles, and in the 5th title that he won, he had an all-NBA defensive player, superstar guy who won finals MVP in Kawhi Leonard. So he could lean on Kawhi Leonard to win finals MVP and to play a big role in 2014. So every single year of his career, Tim Duncan has been in the league. He's had a competitive, contending team, yet he still has the same amount of the same amount of championships as Kobe Bean Bryant does. Now, even before he got drafted to his team, this team won, year before he got drafted, they won 59 games. The reason why they ended up getting the #1 pick is because David Robinson got hurt and they only won 20 games. So they tanked and he got drafted into a team that was already an impressive team that had some type of contending abilities. So you're going to look me dead in the eye and tell me you're going to pick Tim Duncan over Kobe? Now, even guys like Magic Johnson, who ranked number 4 all time, you know, Magic is the guy who played with Kareem, right? He's held the most points of all time, like for 40 years. Like Kareem has had the most NBA points of all time. Don't we always say that makes you the GOAT? Because isn't that why LeBron's number 2? Because he's the GOAT, right? Because he has the most points all time. Because if that's the only criteria you're going by, I think that's why he's number 2. Because it's not for finals wins. It's not for dominating the league. It's because the guy has the most points. That's the only thing I'm seeing. So if that makes you dominant, that makes you great, and I'm in no way discrediting Magic, can't we use apply the same logic to say Magic played with Kareem, and Magic has, 3 finals MVPs out of the 5 because championships he won because he played with a guy like Kareem? You know, it just doesn't make sense. So I kind of poke holes in this theory here. And as much as Magic Johnson was a good player, you know, he has some good defense. He can pass the ball. He can rebound because he was 6'9", you know, as a point guard. But are we really going to say complete player that he was a better player? Skill-wise, defensively, shooting, skills, everything. I don't think he was better than Kobe. I think he was a hell of a player. Like Magic, Larry, those guys are great. I just don't put them, I wouldn't put them ahead of Kobe. I think what I saw was Kobe dominate with less, win more games with less, and he didn't play with freaking all these Hall of Famers like Magic and Larry did. Larry Bird played with like 4 Hall of Famers. Magic Johnson played with like 4 Hall of Famers. Kobe played with 1, and Shaq. That's it. 1 top 75 guy in all his championships. And this is what really kills me about these lists, and I think that we got to have some type of way where we kind of can make a separate list. Now, this is why. Bill Russell, while I respect him because he played in the era where it was segregation, he's somewhat of an activist, I mean, you can't put him over Duncan, Shaq, Bird, and Kobe. I'm sorry, but you just can't. Like, from what I'm seeing here, this guy is never, ever the leading scorer on any of his finals runs, right? He was like a role player. He was like a Draymond Green, a bruiser. He was rebounding. He was defense. And while he was winning chips, you know, there were 8 teams in the league. Like, the playoff bracket looked like this. So I think we should make a separate list for players like Will and Bill Russell, because we know for a fact the NBA was not the way it is now. It didn't have as many teams. It didn't have a lot of black players. It didn't have a lot of fairness. Like, we can make a separate list for maybe certain decades in the NBA. But I think to put him number 5 is kind of crazy to me. Put him above Shaq, Tim Duncan, Larry Bird, and those guys. Akeem Olajuwon. He was not that skilled. He was a bruiser. He was an activist. He did a lot for the league. We appreciate you, bro. Rest in peace. But you are not better than Kobe. We definitely know that. So you can slice this any way you want. There has not been 10 complete NBA players that are better than Kobe Bean Bryant. If we want to look at anything on this list, there's only 2 players with losing records in the finals, Wilt and LeBron. Besides that, we have a lot of NBA champions. We got Larry Bird, we got Magic, we have a lot of good guys. We got Shaq. Even Shaq will tell you that he was better than Kobe. Kobe knows that all this was going to happen. We know that this was going to happen, but to see it in real time, as a person that's seen this guy play in real time, it's really hard to watch and witness, because we can't just make this up, bro. This is not real life where Steph Curry is ranked above Kobe. Now, cool, you don't have Kobe in your top 2. You don't have Kobe in your top 3. You don't have Kobe in your top 5. I disagree with you because I think he is a top 3, top 2 NBA player. However, that's your opinion. But to tell me and look me dead in the eye and say he's not top 10 and you put Steph Curry over him, that is the most blasphemous, idiotic thing I can ever think of. We can't do that. We have to be fair here. We have to be understanding of basketball. This is not favoritism. This is basketball. And between those lines, there's not been 10 players that are better than Kobe Bean Bryant. And I'm willing to die on the top of a hill, screaming that at the top of my lungs. So if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell so you can get notified when I make a new video. My name is Tyler. This is Tyler Rose TV. Like I said, thank you for watching. Leave me your comment below and share your opinion on what you think about this, because this is very interesting.